pipes are here because I've been using drip irrigation because I have a background in it. So I pulled them out now. They're in a sort of mess because there's nothing here. Or we can go over to my wife's pot. Yesterday I put a timer on. She comes less than me and I can't always get there to water. So yesterday I put a timer on. I'll see if anything burst or... Yeah, I don't think it because I was testing it. So it should be all right. And actually it looks like it's really improved here. So she's got potatoes up there that are really looking fantastic. She's got lettuce over there and some radish in the middle here and onions. And there are drip pipes here. It's a bit of a mishmash. There are drip pipes here, but there's also sprayers over here because I wanted to make sure to cover all of her raised bed, and I didn't have all the equipment at the time and she was worried about the watering. This is a timer, once every 12 hours. Oh, here it is, it's turning on by itself. It's on. Magic. Promise I didn't touch it. I had a learning the other day. I was struggling with the timers here. I had a bit of a problem at home as well, because every time I screwed them on, the water was spurting here and here and here. And what he explained to me, and I could do a plug for them, I think I'm allowed to do that, Sunshine Garden Centre. They've got such expertise that I really rate them. So I'm prepared to pay that bit more sometimes for something to get that expertise. And what he explained to me, he said, were your timers outside, or did you leave them out, even not connected? He says the weather will affect the rings inside. I can't think of the word at the moment, but where you screw it on, it can affect them. With time that just gets weathered. It's not as good a connection. So I went and I bought another simple timer. Gardena, it's German, and it's working fine. It's doing a great job. You don't have to get great technical timers. This is a simple one and it's doing the job. So don't need Wi-Fi timers, don't need any of that. It just does it. What I'm doing here, I haven't finished doing it, is it's almost done. I've just got to connect a pipe over there to the tap. Is laying drip pipes here because potatoes are affected by blight, and blight comes with the rain. And I thought if I try watering from underneath, it might have a better effect. And also, I believe, for the seeds that I've sowed here, and I'm not wasting so much water, because often people come with a hose and so much water comes out that far too much. I was just, before we started videoing, I was connecting an extra bit of pipe over the other side. What I'm doing is getting some wire, but sometimes I have to go makeshift because I don't want to be spending forever on equipment. So what I'm doing here is I also need teeth to take down the wire. Just before we started filming, I was connecting with these, which are a simple system, and sometimes I have to do a check, and because sometimes they spurt water. So I've got two different types of connections here. Those are the more sophisticated ones. These here, I think they're originally Israeli ones, and they're a bit more involved putting them in. They're more stable. The reason I'm putting these in is because You know, you can spend hours watering. And I did mention not wanting to run with a hose pipe. So I'm not going to put pipes everywhere, because inevitably I can trip over them. So I'm just tying the end here, bending it. There are special, if I can see one, I'll bend it a bit more. If I can see one, then I'll show you a proper official one. So just tightening it there, and I will. I also think drip pipes are a lot better because they go straight to the root. What they do is it drips and then it spreads out depending on how long you leave it. So this will be pinned down later and that dug in. The raised beds I'll leave without pipe and just run with a watering can, and I'll point out an area over there. I'm doing exactly the same with the other end. I mean, I'm doing something naughty here. I'm using secateurs rather than pliers, but I'm using the right at the bottom to cut it, because you shouldn't use secateurs to cut wire. Having said that, at the same time, I'm just doing a test. I've tightened this because I use a pipe wrench to tighten these, because that's been they're tight. So I'm going over here, and now I'm going to go to the other end, which I may add to that for the strawberries. So I will cut that bit off, because or take it off. See if I can get it out without cutting off. I've got it out. So this bit would have gone on the original connector that I showed you, the first one. Yeah, the pipe goes on here, that goes on there, and then you screw it into the main bit. But I found the other ones, I wouldn't say better, but easier to do. And again, I'm just going to turn it. I've got so much pipe that I'm a bit not too bothered about bending at the end. Now, what I can do is turn on the water, and if there's a great explosion of water, you know I've messed up. Now I'm going to extend the pipe afterwards. As I said, I'll put pins in everywhere. So I'm going to put these back and turn on the water, and as we talk, the rest of the time it can drip, and then you'll see. I'm just going to connect the pipe to the tap, so I'm just going over there. Normally, with these, you have a pressure controller, so even if you turn the tap full on, nothing would burst. But I'm not prepared to invest in a pressure controller because they're expensive. So I turn on the tap at about a quarter in the hope that things will be all right. And I'm always here in case it comes off the pipe. Also, our committee meeting, they're going to be talking about usage of water, because obviously they're getting a huge bill. So I'm only going to turn it on about a quarter, and if it's on the spurts, well, there's a slight drip here. So it should be going through now. Here, yeah, it's starting to drip. Yeah, you'll see it up here anyway. I might have to do it back.
Whoa!
Yeah, I can see it. Okay. That I'll just do now because that's easy. A bit of an action shot. The thing with these connectors, they're not as not a greater hole. Please God that it works okay after. Okay. No, this is the old type, you see, that I originally used. So I'm just doing that. But I found that I must use a pipe wrench. Let's see if it fits. That's tight. That's tight. That's tight. I'll just, as I'm here, that's tight. I'll do it again. I'll turn it on. It was loose. Sometimes the pipe turns by itself sometimes, or maybe I moved it and the pipe turned and that comes loose. I'm going to turn it on again. But it's holding. It's holding. Holding. Sometimes it needs a bit more pressure. Yeah, it's dripping. It's dripping. And then nothing happening here. I mean, if you want to get it really dripping. Yeah, it's dripping here. Okay, I'm going to try and... Oh, it's done it again.
Yeah.
Okay, I'm going to have to deal with that. It's obviously a different connection. Turn off the water. I may change the fitting. Yeah, no, I'll change, because I think it's sometimes a thing of, like with the timers,
Yeah.
the inside it gets old.